Next.
So good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you to this webinar, which is aimed at Envision Tomorrow, which is aimed at resolving all the problems related to or difficulties or questions or queries related to the admissions at Ramaiah, Faculty of Management and Commerce. I have with me three eminent speakers, Professor Srivatsa, Dr. Nagendra, who have a substantial commendable corporate experience, and they are into academics with Ramaiah Group, Faculty of Management and Commerce for the past 10 years. I have with me the third speaker today, who is a very diligent and an able professional, Dr. Hiroji. He has just joined in as a director placements with us, and he'll be helping us to know more about placements as well. So, Professor Srivatsa and Dr. Nagendra, to begin with, my first question would be, enlighten us onto what pedigree and what legacy Ramaiah Group has.
Thank you. Good afternoon to everybody. All the best to all of you, those who have logged into the session and those who are aspiring to log on later on. So it's my pleasure to first of all talk about the wonderful Ramaiah, the brand and the Ramaiah legacy. So this particular webinar is being, of course, conducted by Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences. But before we talk about RUAS, as we will be calling it for short, I will be first of all talking about the Ramaiah Group to begin with, so that you know about the legacy from which the RUAS comes from. RUAS is part of the Gokula Education Foundation, GEF, established by late Sri Dr. MS Ramaiah in 1962. MS Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences was founded in the year 2013 under the Karnataka University Act. The creation of Ramaiah University brought together several well-established educational institutions of the Ramaiah Group, reorienting them to changing present and a very unpredictable future. Over the years, the Ramaiah University has created a name for itself globally and works very hard to mold the thinkers of tomorrow. The university aims to focus its programs on student-centric higher education so that the graduates are equipped with the theoretical knowledge and skills expected by industry and business. The university has got 5 verticals: academic studies, academic research, sponsored research, training, skill development, and lifelong learning. And a techno center, a consultancy, product design and development, and entrepreneurship development unit too. The students of the university get a very wonderful overall integrated experience in the university by way of academics, research, training, real life problem solving, and entrepreneurship. So today, as it stands, RUAS is proud to offer more than 75 programs across 9 faculties, and education at RUAS is multidisciplinary, it is creative, and it is collaborative. The university has faculty of engineering and technology, art and design, management and commerce, mathematical and physical sciences, life and allied health sciences, pharmacy, dental sciences, hospitality management, and social sciences, medical college, nursing education, and physiotherapy. So all the faculties offer undergraduate, postgraduate, and PhD programs. The curriculum is society oriented and courses are future focused. The teachers, who are a very important part of this university, we are very passionate teachers and passionate scholars too. The Ramaiah Group, apart from the Ramaiah University and the Ramaiah Group, there are several other institutions like the medical college, the MSRIT, which is the engineering college, and then there is a law college, there is an arts and science commerce college, there are schools, there are several other institutions which are belonging to the MS Ramaiah Group and now called Ramaiah Group very popularly. But today's discussion will be centered around the Faculty of Management and Commerce and the features therein. So that's about the Ramaiah Group. I've given you an overall view. So to more about the MS Ramaiah Group, you can of course log into www.msruas.ac.in, where you will get details about the entire legacy in the home page. And then of course you can get to know more details as you run through the pages of the university website as well.
So, Professor Srivatsa, with so many colossal education initiatives going on under the umbrella of Ramaiah Group, can you be, because most of the students have this confusion, can you be more specific on to what FMC RUS is and how it is nurturing these students?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Amit. FMC Faculty of Management and Commerce has been in the field of delivering postgraduate doctoral educations as well as the UG education programs. We have a very strong PhD program, and our PhD program is rated amongst the best in the country. It's as good as any IIM or IIT PhD program. The rigor is very good. We also have very good PG programs. In fact, let me take you back a little bit into the history about the PG programs, especially the MBA program. In 2013, when we started the MBA programs, we started in a modular system. Okay. At that point in time, we had a collaboration with Coventry University in UK, and we used to go in the modular basis. And very slowly, we moved into the our own system, the semester system. And we have very good specializations. We have specializations across marketing, we have MBA specializations in marketing, operations, finance, human resources, business analytics, banking, and finance. And from previous year onwards, we've been very happy to let the students know that we floated the dual specialization. One of the students can specialize to have a major in a particular area and a minor in another area, which has been the demand from the industry as such. It will also help the student to, spread the, the specializations and, it makes them more job ready as such. Right. So we also have as I said, we have a very good doctoral program, and I think the UG program, Professor
Yeah,
Nagendra.
I was coming to that only. Professor Nagendra, if you can acquaint us with what UG program students have to pursue.
Yeah. So the Faculty of Management and Commerce offers UG degrees in the form of BBA and BCom honors. So the BBA and BCom courses, ever since they commenced in our university about 4-5 years ago, and ever since then it's typically covered in a good BBA program. We cover HR, marketing, finance, operations. And so these are the first year. As far as the BBA program is concerned, I'm talking about the BBA program now. So it's a 3-year program, and there are and the latest development is that the BBA and BCom is also NEP aligned with the latest NEP initiatives, which have been put forth by the Government of India and the Government of Karnataka. The BBA program is spread over 3 years, like I said, and very interesting subjects are taken up in the and courses are taken up in the second and third year. And particularly the third year, it is will be highly practically focused with a lot of industry projects, live projects, with a lot of industry exposure and internships and certain other industry-oriented programs. So our teachers are very well equipped to teach the BBA students, because the fact of the matter is that our MBA programs in our university started much earlier than the BBA program. So the MBA kind of capabilities that we built in the MBA program has passed on to the BBA program. And the BBA program is therefore one of the reasons why it's very popular, is because the faculty who are teaching for MBA are also teaching for the BBA students as well. And the latest development is that the BBA program is also offering what is called the CMA, Certified Management Accountant Certification, CMA for BBA students. And it's a US, that is United States Certified Management Accountant course. It's a globally recognized advanced levels qualification appropriate for accountants and financial professionals in business. By the way, this is for those who specialize in finance. In fact, there are 3 specializations that we are currently offering in BBA program. So at in the third year, that is from the 5th and 6th semester onwards, the BBA students can choose either one of the 3 specializations. They are marketing, HR, human resources, finance. So these are the three specialization options available in BBA, and the students can choose one of these three. And those who choose finance specialization have the option now of, like I said now, they have the option of choosing the certified management accountant certification for BBA programs. And the students of this particular CMA certification program will cover uh, core competencies covered on in the US CMA in the first 4 semesters. And in semester 5, the students will be expected to additionally appear for and pass the 2 CMA exams in the areas of financial planning, performance analytics, and also in strategic financial management. A successful completion of these CMA certification program will earn the students IMA membership and CMA qualification. That is as far as the BBA is concerned. So, what is the benefit of this CMA certification? It enables the students to develop professional expertise in financial planning, analysis, control, decision support, and professional ethics, and skills that are in demand by organizations around the world. We welcome students to check out our website to know more about the BBA programs, and we are always, of course, always there to answer more questions. Let me come to the BCom program. The BCom, it's a BCom honors program, and there is also a 3-year program, and the curriculum for the BCom program, like the BBA program, is on par with the best of the business schools across the country and in the world. And the BCom students can get what is called ACCA certification. That is Association of Chartered Certified Accountants certification with BCom. And this ACCA certification is globally recognized with a curriculum having being around in 179 countries, and all professional level modules, including essentials and other options, are incorporated into the curriculum. This certification of ACCA will become leads to 6 paper exemptions of ACCA out of 13 subjects which are there in the ACCA. The remaining 7 subjects out of 13 are fully integrated with the BCom honors curriculum. So the industry design curriculum delivers technical excellence and supplements the professional skills that the BCom honors students get in our program. So the BCom students and the BBA students are given the exposure to the best of knowledge and skills that are required in today's competitive world for undergraduates. That's as far as the BBA and BCom.
A lot to offer, I think, from a doctoral perspective to a PG perspective and from a UG perspective, a lot of collaborations as well. So now this happens to be an open question to all three of you, wherein you can give your inputs onto various dimensions to the students, prospective students. So with so many B schools in India and in the state, can you please highlight the uniqueness which Faculty of Management and Commerce has?
Oh yeah, it's a very good question. We have a lot of strengths that we bring to the table. Without going into too much of details, we will try to cover it briefly, because we have got so many things that we will be requiring quite a bit of time to talk about it. But let me just come to the first one of the key 3 to 4 key points, and then my colleagues may also like to add. The important thing is that our teaching focus is highly personalized. We tend to focus on the personalized education for the students, so that considering that students come from different backgrounds and diverse backgrounds, keeping in mind, particularly for at the MBA level, particularly we should keep in mind that students come from either a engineering background during their graduation, or they may come with a commerce background, they may come with a science background, because MBA is a program which embraces multiple kind of degree programs. So when they come from different backgrounds, and they come from different socio-cultural backgrounds as well, not only academic but social-cultural backgrounds, the challenging thing, particularly during the first few months of the MBA program, is to align and orient the students to the essentials of our MBA program. So we do what is called orientation and bridge kind of programs to see that the students align with our MBA program, and we see that every student who desires particular attention who would like to get to know specific details about how to do well in the MBA program, willing to give them lot of personal attention. In fact, what we do is that students are generally allocated to professors. So, like a batch of students is assigned to a particular professor or teacher, and that professor will see that the new student in that particular batch allocated to him or her gets all the information and attention that he or she wants to be able to do well. It's also about improving the confidence of the student because they come from different backgrounds and some of them are not very sure about their performance. So it's not just the teaching part of it, but also building the confidence in the minds of the students so that they're able to compete very well. And then, of course, apart from then, one is the personal attention, and then the strength. One of the core aspects of our, of course, our FMC is the faculty strength. Faculty strength not only in terms of number of professors, in terms of quantity, but also in terms of quality. I've seen from my experience in our department, in our FMC, that every teacher is very, very passionate to make the right impact on the students. So, and these faculty members are all coming with considerable experience on how to deal with students from different backgrounds. And the professors are, of course, they are very well qualified. They have come from the best of they've studied and have worked in the best of institutions in India and abroad. So that is the strength that the faculty members have. So our experience, our knowledge, our skills, our capabilities, we are able to leverage all that to the best advantage of the students. So this is one important aspect. And then we focus on development of the student throughout the program so that the student becomes ready to take on the challenges of the corporate world. And some of them want to, let's say, most of them want to get into, of course, jobs and placements, but some of them may want to do further research, pursue maybe doctorate, maybe some of them want to study abroad, some of them want to pursue their own businesses and pursue industry and entrepreneurship. For all those things, the faculty members and other associates are very well equipped to see that the students, whatever they want to pursue after their education, that is very adequately enabled and facilitated by the faculty professors. So those are some of the strengths that I can think of. There are a few more things I think my colleagues might like to add.
Yeah, if you can.
All right. Now, let's look at some strengths which are given in a structure of our university. There is a difference between a standalone college and a university. Right? In the university, there are various colleges and schools and faculties. If we look at Ramaiah University, we have different faculties, Faculty of Management and Commerce. We are spread across two campuses. One campus is in the New BL Road, adjacent to the MSRUAS Medical College Teaching Hospital, and another one, the Technology Campus, is in Pune. Here in the campus called Gnana Gangotri at New BL Road, Faculty of Management and Commerce, Faculty of Dental Sciences, Faculty of Pharmacy, Faculty of Hospitality Management, Faculty of Life and Allied Sciences, and then we have a School of Social Sciences, we have School of Law. These are the various faculties we are studying here. We also have a center for training and lifelong learning and various skills development and all those things. Okay? All these are put up in this Gnana Gangotri campus. Now, the advantage that FMC derives from this is in terms of the interdisciplinary learning.
Right.
So, this interdisciplinary learning will usually be missing in standalone colleges unless they make that extra time to go outside, which is really not feasible or possible.
That diversity
Diversity is not there. Here, the student of whenever and the second aspect is we are a research focused university. Being a research focused university, in our MBA program, the final semester is reserved for a thesis, MBA thesis, MBA or MCOM thesis, okay, where the student will do a research, will pick up a research problem and try to solve it, okay. Now, what is the difference between the college and the university is this? The college usually, stops at, knowledge dissemination, right? They predominantly believe in the knowledge dissemination. Whereas a university believes in the new knowledge creations. Okay, we As they say, there's a famous saying in research, standing on the shoulders of the giant. Say the giant is the existing research. What else can you add to that piece of research? Okay, if the world has to evolve, okay. Nowadays, a lot of things are happening in ChatGPT. A lot of things happening in the the machine learning aspect, and many of the other things. Okay, so how do we study all these phenomena, and what use is it to the industry is what we need to focus on. Okay, so the DNA of our research, as the name itself says, that Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences. We believe in doing a lot of research, and the students in the final semester do a research thesis. Not only the final semester, we also have something called a group project, which is the current ongoing group project, where the students from different specializations in MBA come together to form a team, and they try to propose a management solution for a societal problem. Some of the societal problems, many of the societal problems, as we had tackled earlier. How about institutional carpooling? Okay, that was a societal problem which we solved. And it's an institutional problem, especially for people in Kenya, where the transport is public transport is also low, and everybody goes in individual cars. In fact, that particular research was converted into a research paper in a very good shape. Okay. So we believe in the new knowledge creation. So one of the hallmarks of FMC is to train the student in the research way of thinking.
In fact, through these, I think we are able to create a social impact.
They create a social impact, and when they take on the world's problems, they will always approach with a research, with a research thought process.
Exactly.
Okay, which is very important as such. All right. So that way they are able to think systemically. Their rigor of thinking is very good, and they try to they try to bring upon the exact solution which is required to solve the problem. So that way it all gets streamlined in the thinking process of the student. That's one of the hallmarks. And research is also embedded into the BBA, the BCom, the bachelor's degree, where the students do a lot of literature review and then try to solve the problem as such. So that way, research is everywhere.
Correct. Correct.
So, look, I think the input, both the side, they are giving it to the students by large, enhances the competency of the students, which in fact on their own empower them to get a job. I think that's what this whole thing is about. It's not something compartmentalized approach that we do.
Certainly.
Capacity building through research, through academic intervention, through industry collaboration or partnership leads to a student's capacity building. Thereby, he earns his job in the market. I think that's a good thing. Both the side have its priority.
Wonderfully said, sir. So before I pose in my question to my expert colleagues, I would request all the audience to put in the messages on the chat box so that we can clarify any kind of doubts maybe in the later part of the webinar. So now, coming on to the next question, my dear colleagues, I would ask you, let's throw some light on how curriculum at Faculty of Management and Commerce is contemporary and in line with the industry.
Okay, let me start with this. Okay, when we design the curriculum, we ensure that the curriculum is always updated with the needs of the industry, not only the industry, with the needs of the society. Right? That's very, very important. You cannot, the triple bottom line, it should be our mantra. Okay, it should always be our forever mantra as such. So what do we do is, we have some, elite, very esteemed members called the Board of Studies members. Okay, the Board of Studies members, Board of Studies members, they advise us as to how to frame our curriculum, what are the important things that we should have in our curriculum. All right. Some of our esteemed members and advisors of the Board of Studies, they come from Indian Institute of Technology in Madras. We have a Board of Studies member coming in from Indian Institute of Science. We have an esteemed member coming in from the Indian Institute of Management Bangalore, Indian Institute of Management Trichy, And we have also ensured that we have good industry representation in our board of studies. They come from United Health, and one of the other members is a global head of R&D in United Health. Another person is a chief of analytics from ABB Worldwide. Okay. And we have the internal board of studies members from the departmental curriculum committee. This way, we not only get their advice, but we also see what are the best practices in us, the best institutions in us. And we learn from one another. It's a collaborative learning always. Okay, that way we try to bring in the latest, and what has resulted outcome of this is we have some excellent courses in the area of business analytics. Okay, we have some excellent courses in the area of marketing, which includes digital marketing, supply chain. Okay, that way we have some of the best in class contemporary curriculum which makes the student industry ready. That is the need of the hour. That has always been the need of our, and we are always very proactive in approach. That's one thing is we are not reactive. We are always proactive. We are actively seeking what is latest, what is the needs of the industry. Okay. So this way we have kept it to the latest, and we also have a lot of tools, simulation softwares, and various electronic databases, which brings up the knowledge level of the student. We have some of the best in the EBSCO, the electronic database, which gives a lot of research papers across the world. We have some simulation softwares, like CapSim and all those things. We have some of the, various analytic tools which we use, like the R, the Python, and all those things, which we take it into the classroom. There are courses designed around these particular tools, which gives in the best-in-class courses to the students. That will make them industry ready.
Very nice to know. Over to you, Professor Nani.
Yeah, my colleague Dr. Srivastava has covered pretty much the points that were, I think, important from a curriculum point of view. I would also like to add that we review our curriculum with the help of the Board of Studies, etc., on a very dynamic basis. All that is possible thanks to the kind of academic autonomy that our university we enjoy as a university, university. And the other thing is that we also we always keep an eye on, like I said earlier, the best curricula in the business. Today, like Dr. Srivastava said, we borrow a lot of inputs from the industry practitioners to be able to develop our curricula. And apart from that, we also look at what are the leading other organizations are also doing across the country in the world of academics. And one more thing that we need to keep in mind is the alignment with the regulations of the government, because many will be aware that, for example, management education is to a great extent governed and kind of influenced by the AICTE, the All India Council of Technical Education, and they have put together, it's in public domain in the AICTE website. The AICTE has put together certain guidelines for curricula, and but for most of the courses that are today typically required in an MBA program, whether it's our university or some other university, the guidelines have been put in place very rightly so, because the government, I'm sure the central government and the state governments wants to ensure a fair level of consistency of coverage of the various courses. And we, from FMC as Ramaiah University, we have ensured that our curricula are aligned with the AICTE guidelines, so that whether it's for accreditation or inspection or any other regulatory purposes, or to align with what we think the students should get, we have ensured that our curricula are on par with not only with the best in the business, but also on par with government regulations and guidelines. So we always keep an eye on that too. And that's how we ensure collectively, that our curricula is very, very contemporary. Okay? Whichever program, whichever course, our curriculum is very, very contemporary. That is one thing that the students can always keep in mind when they look at
periodic updations and in line with the regulator.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So fair enough. I mean, I would just, it just went by into my mind, and the question relates, my next question relates to the same paradigm. So, throw us or make us aware about how teaching, teaching learning process forms the core of any particular university or an institute. How, I mean, can you brief us about the profile of faculties and how faculty members are shaping in nurturing in careers of these students?
Yes. The faculty members form the backbone of any education institution, right? So, they should be the best in the business. They should have the passion and the zeal to, teach and facilitate learning to the students. Most of the faculty members at Faculty of Management and Commerce, they come with a very extensive industry experience. Many of them come from very esteemed institutions across the country as well as the world, right? Many of the faculty members, they come from PhD, they are PhDs from Indian Institute of Science, Department of Management Studies, Indian Institute of Technology, the Coventry University in UK, UCLA, USA, and very other reputed state universities in India. Many of them come with the industry experience where they bring in that kind of industry knowledge to the students, and they are able to relate to the industry problems, right? Second thing is, as I told you, that our board of studies is derived from the elite institutions. They also bring in a lot of syllabus changes. They also advise us on a lot of syllabus changes and all those things. And moreover, we, more than teachers, we are their mentors, right? So it's not like our interaction is done in the classroom. No, the interactions run outside the classroom. It runs one on one. It runs one on two. It runs one in a group if it's a group project as such.
So as to make it more rigorous.
I have to make it more rigorous, and it becomes more. Sometimes it becomes more customized.
Correct. A personalized.
And personalized. It becomes. I should say that we are very happy that we are able to bring in some kind of a very great extent of student centricity into the, which is the need. Okay. So that way we are able to do a good job, and we are very happy that we have been doing a good job.
Any points to add up, Professor Nagin? Yeah.
Dr. Srivastava pretty much covered the strengths of the teaching and learning process that we have in our university, in our SMC. One more thing is that I would like to talk about the teaching methods such as case-based teaching, simulation. Of course, my colleague already covered that. I also want to talk about the research, kind of thrust that we have in our university by way of not the research, the kind of research that we are doing, the quality of research that our university and our department has been doing. And apart from that, how do we equip or enable our research activities? We have the requisite resources. Okay, for example, e-databases like EBSCO, which is a very well-known, popular, database source, EBSCO, which comes at a, it's actually a paid subscription, but we have ensured that it happens. And we have also got resources like HPR, which is a very important resource today for business schools.
Very laudable database.
HPR, yeah. Harvard Business Review database. Then we've got the essential softwares like SPS and JMP software for statistical analysis.
One more thing which I have observed in FMC is a lot of thrust is given on projects which are live projects.
Yes.
Rather than just publishing your research into a very good journal,
Yes.
a lot of focus is on to, so that builds the student, I think.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Absolutely right. Live projects, and like my colleague Dr. Srivastava mentioned, societally oriented projects which have a real world impact, because that is a very important aspect, particularly in management education.
Yeah.
Students should have always, like one foot should be there on the world, in the real world, and they should always keep an eye on what's happening around and try to make an impact on the real world, so that when they go out and work in the real world, they will make a natural kind of progression into the real world. And then one more important thing to add is on the post-COVID online education, right? So we all know what happened during the COVID pandemic and thereafter. So literally across the world, and of course in our university as well, education had to get into the online mode. Uh, Thankfully, many of these things are a thing of the past, but the advantage that incidentally that was brought in by the pandemic was that the growth of what is called hybrid learning and online education. And what we have done is that during the pandemic also we negotiated that phase very well through online teaching and learning. And the best of hybrid learning practices that are there in the world, we have now incorporated that into our system. And many will be aware that the world over there has been a trend towards what is called MOOC courses, massive online operated courses, MOOC courses. And
In fact, a lot of regulators have made it mandatory to place some percentage of
yes,
courses into the curriculum as well.
and in fact, that is what I had in mind when I mentioned that we are subscribed to or aligned with the AICTE guidelines. Because the AICTE guidelines just allow, like you rightly mentioned, a certain percentage of credits for the overall number, 100 plus credits that are there in our MBA program, for example. A certain number of credits can be, completed through the online mode as per the government AICTE regulations. So it's not just a regulatory aspect, but there are certain advantages that come with online education.
Makes convenient for the students as well.
And then getting exposure to the worldwide body of management. See, the management knowledge is evolving at a very fast pace.
Correct.
And when you study on an online basis, you definitely get access to the latest things that are happening. And so in this direction, the government of India has itself put a lot of initiatives in place. Like we have the SWAYAM and NPTEL education, which has now become very, very well known. And we have not, wherever required, our department is not shy of using, let's say, MOOC and on NPTEL and SWAYAM courses wherever we think it is being necessary. Okay, because we know that the people who are teaching in these or delivering lectures in these kind of MOOC and online NPTEL SWAYAM courses are among the
Our authorities in there.
they're absolutely experts.
Yeah.
So why not get exposure to them? So that is one more important. So the learning environment is, though our education is most of it is physical in the current situation, we have not hesitated, or we have not, in fact, we have not been slow in adapting to the online learning requirements to be able to tap into the best of knowledge available all over the world, management knowledge in particular. So, for example, global learning, I just want to mention here that Ramaiah University is a pathway partner for the MIT, that is MIT, when I say MIT there, I'm talking about Massachusetts Institute of Technology. They've got something called a Micro Master Supply Chain Program. So we have aligned with that, as a part with that MIT program as a pathway partner, and students who want to study supply chain and subscribe to that particular online program. And more are in the pipeline, so we are open to using online learning wherever required to be able to impart the latest developments in the management world. Yeah, I think that's about it as far as.
So my next question is somewhat connected to the last question only. Can you throw some light on the notable achievements which faculty members have accomplished?
First thing is, let me tell you, I'm extremely happy to be amongst the very elite faculty colleagues I have here. Okay, each of them are wonderful, very intelligent and very collegial faculty members. Okay, that keeps me going every day. All right, I'm very happy to tell you that much of our faculty members have achieved a lot, and they keep on achieving. Let me make a mention of a few notable achievements. Shilpa, my colleague, especially, she's a colleague from my IT, information technology. She has obtained her invention. Her invention has been shortlisted for patenting in 2021. Right, and across the university, there have been more than 45 inventions which have been shortlisted for patent. Okay. And then my colleague from marketing, Dr. Devakumar, and his student, the MBA thesis student, Annette Nikita, who's recently got a job as a faculty member in one of the other reputed universities. They have their paper published in the Indian Journal of Marketing. It's a Scopus Index, and it's a mandatory that all our faculty members and students should get their papers published in Scopus industry journals.
It's a very reputed journal.
It's a very, especially the reputed journals. Then we have three MBA students' papers which have been submitted. Under the Shilpa again they were awarded the prizes under the best idea category in the recently organized ASIP conference. Okay, ASIP conference was one of our hallmark conferences which are jointly conducted with Indian Institute of Science. All right. So we and Indian Institute of Science jointly conducted the conference, and we had a lot of delegates coming in from Korea, Malaysia, and other places to present the paper. Rashmi, my colleague from Commerce, and Professor Dev Kumar, they obtained the Best Research Paper Award in the FinTech category, the recently sponsored AICT conference in University of Mumbai. And then Dr. Suresh has published a book on production and operations management very recently, and his book has come out with the latest version also as such. One of my students, Tanuja, with whom I co-wrote a paper, it's also under publication, and there is another paper which got published in the Scopus Q1 in journal called Cosmetics. Okay, which I recently presented in an international conference in cosmetology. The conference was held in Tokyo. Of course, it was through an online forum as such. And the list is endless, but I would like Professor Nagendra to read out the other few lists which have been the highlights of this year.
Oh, yeah, thank you. So, I would like to list a few more achievements, notable achievements by our faculty. This is Professor Vanishri, Dr. Sharat Kumar, Dr. Suresh. They together published a research paper titled Efficiency and Potential Gain in Paddy Cropping, a DEA prospect theory analysis of PMFBYS in Karnataka. It was published in the special issue of Journal of Survey and Fisheries Sciences under the theme Agricultural Sciences. The paper was published in the Scopus and WOS, that is Web of Science. Dr. Chandra Sen Majumdar and Professor Reshma won the best case at FORE International Case Conference a few weeks ago. Faculty of Management and Commerce of RUS received the Best Industrial Engineering and Operations Management Student Chapter of the Month award in March 2023 for its activities. One more is achievement by Professor Shilpa and Dr. Chandra Majumdar it's the paper titled Analysis of Big Data Business Intelligence Tools Using Technology Acceptance Model in Healthcare. It was awarded as the best poster. Okay. And then recently, Dr. Uday, Dr. Sharath, and Professor Savita, they have together received a consultancy project which they have been awarded, and it's from one of the Government of India organizations. And that project is on research about insolvency in India. So these are some of the achievements. We have few more to talk about. Time constraints.
In fact,
Professor Nagendra and his students presented a paper in the ASIP conference in IASC.
Wonderful.
And technology acceptance of health apps. Okay, so it's very well received in Nepal.
So in fact, we came to know that FMC has collaboratively done an MDP with industry as well. Just recently, it was in news.
Yes.
So, I mean, if we look at it, the faculty development is not limited to publications only, but they are into MDPs as well. Fair enough. So, you being pillar stones of this organization and this department, can you just highlight the physical infrastructure which, I mean, any student would like to know?
Okay, before we go into the physical infrastructure, let me also highlight on what are the other contributions of FMC to the society. All right. So, as I said, that research is one of the key focuses. We also take up a lot of sponsored research. Okay.
Yeah.
My good colleague, Dr. Dev Kumar, he has conducted a sponsored research on, the Chennapatna toy clusters, okay, and the printing technology clusters. The latest, as he said, Dr. Uday, Dr. Sharath, they are doing it on insolvency as such, okay. Like this, we have done a lot of, we take research grants from various organizations that conduct research, which is immensely useful to the society. And me and my team, as I said, that there is a interdisciplinary learning 2 years ago, we finished DST, that is Department of Science Technology. Department of Science and Technology sponsored project on development of a green innovations framework for the manufacturing sector. Now, how did we go about doing this? Is because we involve the SME sector in sitting in and around Bangalore. We have the Pina Industries Association, we have the Hosur Industries Association, where there are a lot of OEM manufacturers and assemblers and all those things. So we not only brought them in for the research, we also disseminated the knowledge of how to develop a green innovation. Similarly, as you rightly pointed out, we have been doing a management development program for the SME sector. We have wrote a lot of industry participants who are a part of this MDP, and the sessions go on late evenings and sometimes on the weekends in a full mode as such, wherein we impart and help these SMEs to scale up to the next level. We try to solve their problem. Okay, whether it could be in the area of marketing, it could be in the area of finance.
A lot of industrial problem solving is
Industrial problems happens through the learning, and we also get to learn from them as to what they do in their particular business. So that way there is a mutual learning that goes on. And this has been, this is our third MVP which is happening like this, and more MVPs are getting rolled out in the near future. That way, our involvement is just not with the students, our involvement is with the industry clusters also surrounding us.
Correct.
So that way, you can say that, there is some kind of an all-round involvement. That's where we stand as.
So my question stands there only. The physical infrastructure, if you can enlighten us, please.
If you recall a few minutes ago when we started talking about our Ramaiah group legacy, you can be assured that the Ramaiah group has been known for investing on the best of infrastructure, whatever the faculty, whatever the department, whatever the program. The investment is first being made on the infrastructure.
In fact, this is one of the philanthropic initiatives only, education.
Yes, we are doing a lot of, in fact, our group is also known for philanthropic activities that you mentioned. They are doing a lot of work in the rural areas also. That's another story. But as far as infrastructure is concerned, our group has always realized, whether it's whichever department, including, of course, management department, the best of infrastructure is available. For example, Professor Srivastava mentioned that teachers are the backbone, but once you have the backbone in place, the entire body should be there, and that body comes by way of the infrastructure, right? And we have one important requirement for teaching is classrooms, right? So our classrooms are very good, very spacious, very well equipped with the latest, let's say, technology like projectors and smart classrooms, whatever the
Teaching aids.
teaching aids. All those are available as good as any other institution out there. So we have the best of classrooms, we have got the best of seminar rooms, we have got the best of auditorium, okay, and we have got the best of student facilities like student discussion rooms and all that. And then of course we have in our building of Faculty of Management and Commerce, we have got adequate lifts and all that for students to communicate more on. It's also a very important thing. And then so rooms and seminars, seminar rooms and workshops and board rooms, all that are available. And that is as far as the rooms are concerned. Now let me come to the library. Library is absolutely well stocked. I can guarantee you that. And we've got the best of books and publications. The latest publications are with us, and any subject that you would like to mention. And so the library is well stocked, it is very well organized, and we've got latest periodicals, latest softwares, and latest books that are available there. And then today, communication is a very important aspect in any university, and in FMC also we have got, let's say, for communication we have got a well connected internet, Wi-Fi with good access, so that students have unhindered access to good Wi-Fi to be able to do their research, projects, teaching, whatever it is. So then we have got library, and then the laboratories are very well equipped because my colleague Dr. Srivastava talked about the latest tools, but to be able to work on those tools, you need the right laboratories. Apart from classrooms, You need laboratories with, with the right hardware and software, adequate computers, adequate monitors, etc., for the students to be able to comfortably and extensively go and work on the various teaching that is happening. They want you mentioned about live projects. To be able to work on the live projects in the laboratory, the students are going hands-on, very true, hands-on. So all that has been made available. So infrastructure is extremely good, and we encourage students to walk into our campus.
Anytime, this is regarding the teaching learning part. If Nagendra sir, you can throw some light on the holistic development, maybe something related to what we have in sports and outdoor
We
facilities.
certainly believe, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, or makes, Ram Kishan a dull boy. Okay. We have fantastic sporting facilities here. We have a very good basketball court, very good tennis court right across. Okay, and the place where I'm sitting, if you just go outside, opposite, are all the sporting arenas. We have a lot of indoor games club and all those things. And sporting facilities are spread across two campuses, both the Nanagangotri campus as well as the Ramaiah Technology campus. We have a very good basketball court over there. We have state of art gym over there. Okay, and that way we are all well equipped with all the sporting facilities. Let me also tell you something beyond the facilities that we have. There is a saying that a man or woman is known by the company he or she keeps. Okay. So we are surrounded by very esteemed neighbors. Just right across our compound is Indian Institute of Science campus. Right across that is the CPRA campus. You just a kilometer down the line is the Raman Research Institute.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's a nice sanky lake where people go for a walk inside that. And students want entertainment. The new BL Road, which was once nothing but a swamp. Okay, I was doing my engineering in MSRUAS. It was nothing but a lot of bushes were grown. Now you see the best of the world class brands and the eating shops, the fast food restaurants.
It's a high
over there.
It's a high street now.
It's a high street. You'll get confused. Okay, which restaurant I should go? Okay, so it gives ample entertainment for all the students. Okay, so there is no dearth for to keep the students apart from the education. How do they entertain themselves in the evening? It's up to them. Now they have their spoiled for choices. Okay. So that way we are sitting in the heart of the entertainment. As he said that it's almost like a central business district sitting here, right? So we have, the students can very heartily and healthily engage in any kind of pursuits they want.
Now, before I move into the next question, my request to all the audience is you can post in your questions in the chat box. Maybe we'll be available till 5 and we'll be able to answer them in the last part of this webinar. Now, sir, this is an open question and specifically to the placement director as well, Dr. Hiroji, who's sitting along with us. Sir, internships are now mandatory by regulators. What all efforts Ramaiah and FMC and placement department is doing? I mean, I would be happy if you can all three give your inputs regarding it.
Okay. See, as far as the internship is concerned, what we look into it is in the university on the last semester, that is in the 4th semester, the students are allowed to do a full-time internship both at the corporate side and as well as on the in-house. What is this two different thing? Corporate side, the people who comes for the placement, what they do is that they do consider internship on a stipend basis, and then based on the performance, the practice is to convert them into the full-time offer. It gives an excellent opportunity for the students to get to know the company and as well as the company to get to know about the students. That's the first part. As far as the in-house internship is concerned, we look into it in terms of under the supervisor of the able and eminent professors. The students will be guided, like he said, societal problem, or it could be some of those relevant industry problems. He will be guided to get the insight of that particular problem, and the problem statement will be given to the students to learn, to doing it through doing surveys, like he said, Pina Industrial Estate, Hosur Industry. The problem statement is designed in such a way that he gains that particular insight and knowledge. And that's what that we do it. So that's, I hope, fairly answers. If there anything to be added, I think both the people can add to it.
Absolutely right. To add to what Dr. Hiroji said, internships, we have the advantage of having alumni who have graduated over the last few years. So those who are alumni who are now working in the corporates, they have also brought to our existing students, based on their goodwill and the good opinion that they have about our university, they have brought in internships, and that also has added to the portfolio of internships that our student has got exposure to. Yes.
Over to you, Srivastava, if you wish to add up anything.
I think two of my colleagues have already added enough of inputs. I don't have much of inputs to add.
Okay. So this moves me to the next question. Sir, what advantage FMCRUS has in terms of placements to ensure that the students get well placed? I mean, I'm asking you this thing from a holistic viewpoint. So I would like you all three to shed light on it as well.
Okay, starts.
Yeah, let's start. See, I think the placement always comes to the last of all these things. But in the student's mind, the placement comes in first.
Yeah.
I think fair.
So I think this is one of the questions as well
One
in the chat
question
box.
that I think I encourage the students and I like that. Okay, so I will be there the first for you, don't worry. The whole thing, I would like to sum it up in two acronyms after discussion. ERP, what does that be said? It's not enterprise resource planning, simple. What we focus in the university is entrepreneurship, number one. The second thing is that research focus. The third thing is the placement, a job opportunity. I think if both the side on the right and the left on me, they spoke a lot about the curriculum, the research component, the encouragement that the people will be given for the entrepreneurship. All these things have been discussed in length. So we encourage the students to choose all the three paths depending upon your capability. That's the first thing. Coming back on the last P, that is the placement job. I simple formula, if I put it across, I say placement happens. 4P is equal to placement. What is this 4P? If you closely observe this, number one is the place. The place that we are in, both local in India, it's an exactly a happening place in the world today. Opportunities are abundant. Second to it, the most fastest growing state today in terms of the GDP is the state of Karnataka, and the Bangalore stands the tallest in this. I look into this, what is that it says? The place gives you an ample opportunity, throws you a number of opportunity. It's a place where, anything you touch, it becomes a goal for anybody in terms of the employment, entrepreneurship, and research. That's number 1P. Absolutely no challenge for people to get an opportunity. The second P is what both the people spoke about, the personality. The personality is the key thing, especially for the management students. They must have an excellent personality to get a placement. Whole curriculum is designed in such a way that various inputs are given starting from the semester 1 to semester 4 to inculcate this personality in terms of building your curriculum CV, building your personality in terms of group discussion, personal interview, in terms of open speaking. All these things are encouraged, involved, interact. Hence, that helps the students to build his personality or her personality. That's the second P which will help you to look into it. The third P that is very important for you is what is that as a management you are going to do? You solve a problem. The ability of the problem solving. That's the third P that we look into it. And again, the curriculum side, whether whichever the domain that you look into it, everything is driven towards the problem solving mindset, which could equip the students to address the industrial problem or a managerial problem. The fourth P is program specific, which is what both of them spoke, whether it could be human resource, marketing, business analytics, finance. Every program that we design, that we give it to the students, helps to build the competency in the respective program. Thereby, he can confidently go for securing a job which the company. So, what the placement department will do? We bring in opportunities to you, wherein you can demonstrate your capability by securing a reasonably good job in our campus. And in addition to that, we also feel that those who have gone out within the campus and outside the campus because of the holistic approach ending up an excellent job because there's a place of job opportunity to him. And that's a very simple summing up. Placement requires 4 P's: place that you are studying, which is what is the Bangalore and India; personality, which is what we help you to build; and third P, ability to solve the problems and manage problem solving; and fourth P is the program domain expertise.
So I think, you will be the best person to answer my next question as well. Students might be very much interested in what all efforts we do for placements and what the placement process looks like at Ramaiah. So if you can detail us onto that part as well.
Okay, so the placement process is very, pretty much simple. The interested companies, we go and reach them out, and because of the alumni, because of the past track record and the name, the brand that Ramaiah stands in the community of the corporate world, helps us to get the companies into the campus. Number one. Once they come to the campus, obviously they look for the talent pool. Before they look into the talent pool, they come and speak to you in terms of the pre-placement. What is that? It's a talk. It's like what we are today doing, a talk. It's a talk given by the corporate HR or the business head about what is this opportunity, or what is that skill set expected from you, which could run about 30 minutes to 45 minutes and things like that, which helps you to understand what is the job role is all about. Once you know the job role, the next step that we look into it is that we seek the interested students who can match to this particular job role and take that interested students and present the interested students to the prospective employer. And based on that, there is always they look into the interested students list and they shortlist and then call for the next level, which could be multiple. It could be an online assessment of problem solving skills, or it could be directly the personality testing in terms of interpersonal skill, group discussions, or in terms of the your domain expertise. Any one of those things in a comprehensive way, they evaluate you. Once that is over and you or any students successfully complete it, you may get an offer. This corporate comes and says, students X, Y, Z. By end of the day, they give you a offer intent that my student is selected for internship or internship performance-based conversion or a full-time offer. All three possibilities, dimensions are available. So sum it up, you have a pre-placement talk by the experts corporate. Then you have online assessment or a personal assessment, comprehensively on the personality, on the domain. The third, once we successfully cross over this, what we end up getting is the final offer. I think that's what the process is all about.
Wonderfully answered, sir. Now, thinking of placements as one paradigm, although Shivatsa sir, you have answered my next question partially, but I would require you to enlighten us onto what all, how is life at Ramaiah and what student life and a normal student would experience?
Excellent question, very colleague. I recall my, days in my college when I had a wonderful time, not only while studying, but also while I was involved in extracurricular and other activities. And to this day, I would probably remember, in my case, much more about my extracurricular activities than what I really studied.
That's correct.
And there will many, people will subscribe to that. So I'm sure that in a city like Bengaluru, which my friends mentioned about, people would love to look forward to having a good time. And why not? Because like my colleague said, all play, all work and no play will make somebody a dull boy. So, Ram Kishan. So uh, we can tell you that our university provides a wonderful environment for a wonderful life while studying at this campus. Yeah, because we want to make and our vice chancellor, I've heard him mention this more than once, that it should be a very memorable experience for a student when he or she spends a couple of years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, depending on the program in our university. And so what we have is we've got sports, is very, very important. We've got outdoor sports activities, we've got indoor sports activities. For time constraints, I am not able to elaborate too much on that, but we have our annual sports meet where, those are good in athletics, who are blessed with good, athletic abilities. They can perform and they can win medals and prizes, and they can go on to participate in national and international kind of state or national kind of events also. So outdoor sports, indoor sports, the gamut of it, we've got wonderful sports facilities. We welcome students to, potential students to come and check in and evaluate at our campus. We're coming here, we'll take them around. We've got wonderful facilities. So sports is done. And then we have got other, other extracurricular activities like, music and dance and drama and debate and literary activities. All that, like any good university, we have got a lot of these clubs, which we have developed and which we have constituted over the last few years. And each club has got its own kind of focus. Okay, so we have. Apart from sports and athletics, okay, let me finish the cultural events and some of the clubs and committees. We have what is called, for example, among the student cultural clubs and committees, we have the Pravah Dance Club. We have the Euphony Music Club, so where musicians can bring out their best of talents to the surface. We have the Expressions Fine Arts Club, and then we have, for those who are good at drama and acting and all that, we have got the Anubhuti Dramatics Club. So, Dr. Shiva, would you like to add?
No, it's okay. You add about the clubs. Let me also say that we have a very nice cricket tournament which is designed on the lines of IPL. The Ramaiah Premier League, conceptualized by my colleagues and students. And till now, FMC has won the trophy most number of times. And that's one of the most sought after sporting events at not just FMC, across the Ramaiah University at such. That's one of the very important sporting activities we have, and the sporting activities is just not restricted to the students. In fact, the annual sports meet also invites all the faculty members to take part in the sports, and many of my colleagues have been regularly winning medals. Long jump, high jump, discus throw, and javelin throw, and all those things. We have our share of fun in the sporting activities too. So, and TEDx is one of the most, Ramaiah TEDx is one of the most very well designed talks. And very recently, we had all the women entrepreneurs across the state and the country coming and giving a TEDx talk. Okay, and which is very well received by the student community across the, across the city as well as the country as such. And we look forward to hosting many such events. So we are having a very good, healthy mix of the academics and the,
So you all would agree with me. An intact teaching learning process, global collaborations, very strong faculty consortium, backed by few good people in the placements who can do a credible job, and more importantly, a good pedigree is what Faculty of Commerce and Management and Ramaiah University would offer you. So in case you have any queries related to admissions and related to programs, you can either log into or mail to admissions23@msruas.ac.in, or you can log into the website as well, or you can call at 801 000 4 times 4.
I would also like to bring in this international collaborations.
Yeah.
Not to forget them. We have collaborations with Ghana Communications Technology University, where the students of the GCTI are our PhD scholars. They are doing PhD with mentors from the MCSH. Very bright candidates, but most of them are full-time working professionals over there. All right, that's one thing. Second thing is our students also go to foreign countries and they have collaborations with the university. Very recently, Dr. Sharath, our HOD, and Shilpa led the student team to Masa University in Malaysia, where students happen to, get an orientation towards the industry clusters sitting over there, and they also got an immersion into the Malaysian culture, which is very, very important. We believe in developing global citizens, okay, and the Lord Krishna says, "Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu." We believe that everybody should be across the world should be happy. So that way, our students also should get a global immersion. All right. We also hosted students from the University of Life Science in Germany, and they were in Bangalore for almost 3 weeks, where they went around and they had an immersion into the different industry clusters here. They also solved, they also brought in some solutions to the local problems, which is here.
I believe they are coming in the
Yeah, so they're again coming here, and that's one kind of where our students also they work in teams with the German university student teams. That way, there is some kind of you need not go outside the country. In fact, people from across the world are looking at India and Bangalore, and especially our universities, and they are here, and our students also team up with them. So that way, we have a wonderful exposure to all the students sitting here. Okay, so we look forward to many more such associations. And we also have a very good project management, courses being co-offered by FMC and Project Management Associates. Okay, so that way, this is a haven for learning, I should say.
So one quick question from the chat box I'll pick up since we don't have time. Is CMA compulsory for BBA students for choosing finance specialization?
It's optional.
Okay, okay. So CMA is optional. This is a question which was there in the chat box. We have answered most of the questions which were placed in the chat box. I think, in case of any questions further, you can, I'm reiterating it. You can please log into our website, or you can post in your email to admissions 23 at msruas.ac.in, or you can ring the admissions office at 801 000 4 times 4. So I thank my colleagues, wonderful colleagues, for being a part of this webinar, Dr. Hiroji, Professor Nagendra, Dr. Shivats, and enlightening the prospective students regarding the queries they had. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
All the best, guys or girls who are here. Come here for learn and